I'm Ben Hooper, and this is your UPI Odd News Minute for Monday, June 16th, 2025. A 21-pound lobster, estimated to be 110 years old, was released back into the open sea by a New York seafood restaurant. Butch Yamali, owner of Peter's Clam Bar in Hempstead, Long Island, said the lobster, named Lorenzo, has been living in the eatery's tank for years. He said freeing Lorenzo seemed like an appropriate way to celebrate both National Lobster Day and Father's Day. He told WPIX-TV, "Some of these lobsters just don't live that long, and this one did. So we figured what better way to celebrate Father's Day than by freeing Lorenzo. He became like a pet. People would come see him and take pictures with him, and he was just an object of the store." Hempstead Town Supervisor Don Clavin and Nassau County Legislator John Ferretti teamed up with Peter's Clam Bar to pardon Lorenzo prior to his release at the Atlantic Beach Reef. The restaurant said on Facebook that Lorenzo is now living his best life, clawing his way to freedom and soaking up the salty breeze instead of butter. Moving on from the long lives of sea bugs to an actor who I assume gives great hugs, a Mexican restaurant in New York held a Pedro Pascal lookalike contest, drawing nearly 30 participants to compete for the best impersonation of the Mandalorian and Last of Us star. Anisha Garcia, co-owner of Sun Del Norte Mexican restaurant on the Lower East Side of Manhattan, said the contest was inspired by Pascal's 2023 comment that there was no good Mexican food in the city. She told the New York Post, "We were like, there is, and we are here." The competition was won by Pedro No. 5, aka Brooklyn Dad, George Guntas. Guntas, a lighting designer for Comedy Central's The Daily Show, was urged to compete by his wife, Jenny Gania. Gania said, "It started when the Game of Thrones came out the first time. That's when we first heard it. Then some kids started noting it too, so I was like, when we saw this contest, I was like, it's Father's Day. You have to go. It's going to be your Father's Day treat." It's funny because he's not on social media at all, but now he's going to be everywhere. Guntas was awarded $50 and free burritos for a year from Sun Del Norte. For these stories and more national, international, sports, entertainment, science, and odd news from United Press International, visit UPI.com. Follow the UPI Odd News Minute on YouTube and TikTok. If you could look like any celebrity, who would it be? Let us know in the comments.